What we do here is go back.
Hello everybody, Yellow Mustang here once again with the tank scripting tutorial. Today we're going to be going over the movement. We're going to implement the logic so the tank can actually drive from here, and we're going to have him try and drive to the other side of the map. And you're going to see he's going to move through the waypoints like a vehicle actually would. So you could probably pull this method for your own vehicles like trucks or cars or AI traffic, whatever you want to do with it. I haven't gone that far with it, but I'm sure you could pull this method and pretty much do the same thing. I mean, at least I'm sure you could. Somebody could do something like that. Someone smarter than me could do something like that. But let's see here. So the first thing we want to do is get a new function going on. Let's see. Yeah, so we want to create the rotate function. So we're going to do function rotate to target. And this is just going to rotate the whole body of the tank to wherever we want to go. So this is going to turn, this is going to be our steering function, essentially, is how you can think of it. So we're going to do if check dist target, my torso is greater than 1.5, then continue. So we don't want to turn into something that is too close to us, or it could spaz out, essentially. So I found that 1.5 is a good distance to have it away from us. So local look. Local look equals vector3 dot new target dot position dot x my torso dot position dot y, and then target dot position dot z. Okay, and then local. So look is essentially setting up a target point that we want to go to, that we want to rotate towards, right? And since we can only rotate like side to side, we can't rotate up or down. So we will always want to have the y coordinate be level with our torso position, is why we do it like that. So local look diff equals my torso dot c frame dot look vector minus c frame dot new my torso dot position look vector dot magnitude. Okay, so look diff is going to return the difference in rotation. So essentially this is going to return us a number that is essentially telling us like how much it has to rotate. So the larger look diff is, the more we have to rotate, essentially. So we'll use that to change our tweening time, so we rotate at a constant speed through that. So I'll show you how to do that in a second here. So we're going to do game tween service, of course, and we're going to do create, and we're going to tween our body gyro that is in our torso that we have. Then we're going to do tween info.new look diff for our delay. So that way the delay is always constant. We'll always have the same turning speed no matter how far the target is away, no matter. If we put like a static number in here, like 0.5, if we had to rotate a lot, then it would rotate really fast. But if we only had to rotate a little bit, then it would be really slow. So this number will be dynamic, and that way we have a constant rotation. So that will look really good. Okay, and then we're going to do cframe equals cframe.new. And these codes are way too long. Okay, so cframe.new, my torso dot position look. So that's just creating a C-frame pointing at our look point that is level with our torso, as you remember. And then we're just going to go ahead and play that tween all on one line. Nice and efficient, not very pretty to look at, but it saves us on lines of code. And then we're going to just do wait look diff. Okay, so there you go. So now we can give the tank like waypoints to rotate to, or a target to rotate to, like a humanoid torso, and then we can easily turn the tank to face whatever with this function. So that is good. Let us carry on here, and now we will create probably the most important function today, which is the path to target function, and we'll just feed it a target value. Okay. So the first thing we're going to set here is path blocked equals false. So we're resetting the path blocked variable because we're generating a new path here. And then we're going to do local path equals game, get service, pathfinding service, create path args, which we declared up above, which is basically the size of our tank and the fact that we cannot jump. Then we're going to compute the path. So path, compute, async, starting position. So my torso dot position, ending position is going to be target dot position. Great. Okay, and then we're going to do local waypoints equals path, get waypoints, and that will give us a list of all of our waypoints. And then we will do if path.status equals to path.status.success, then continue. So only if our path is successful do we want to loop through the waypoints and follow it, right? So now we'll loop through all of our waypoints. So we'll do for IV in I pairs, waypoints do. There we go, for IV in I pairs, waypoints do. And then we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and spawn the rotate function. So we're going to use our spawner function that we created above to put this on a new thread. And we're going to say rotate V. I should probably spell this right. Spawner, rotate V. Okay, great. And then, okay, so that's good. And then we're going to do local timer equals 1. Local success equals true. Repeat. Wait. And then we're going to do my human. Move to, or actually just move in this case. And we're going to do my torso dot cframe dot look vector. So we are going to constantly tell the human to just move directly forward. And we're going to do timer equals timer plus 1. Right? And we're going to do timer. We're going to do if timer is greater than 40, then success equals false, break. All right, and then in the until, we will do check dist, my torso, V is less than 4. Okay, so wow, that is a lot to take in, right? So let me just break this down line by line for you. So we are looping through every waypoint. We are going to rotate our tank to face each waypoint that we loop through on a separate thread so this doesn't hold up our script here. And then we are setting the timer to be 1. And then we are setting a success variable here. And then we're going to repeat moving forward until we are close enough to the waypoint. So until we are within 4 studs of the waypoint, this repeat function will keep going. But it's going to stop after it runs 40 times. So we are not going to have this function run forever. We're going to have a timeout essentially in here. So if we don't reach it within, a certain amount of time, then it's going to just break, and we are going to, just cancel that because we didn't make it to the waypoint. Okay, so continuing on here. So we're going to do if success is equal to false or path blocked equal to true. Then we are going to break in here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and put a break in there. And that will break us out of our waypoint loops. So we are going to have to generate a new path if we did not make it there successfully within the 40, or our path is blocked for some reason. And we will implement this other variable later. We'll do other checks to update that. But yeah, let's continue here. And we'll do a else if statement in here. We'll do else if check dist waypoints, number of waypoints, and target is greater than 20, then break. So this is checking if our final waypoint is further than 20 studs away from our target. So this is checking if the target has moved away from the end of our path. Then we're going to break out of this path and generate a new one, because we don't want to go where the target was. We want to go to where the target currently is. So that is a good way of checking for that. Continuing on here, we're going to do if, else if, not target.parent or target.parent.humanoid.health is less than or equal to 0, then break. Okay, so if the target parent is nil or it has died, then we'll just break out of this path because we don't need a path there anymore because the problem has been dealt with, obviously. Continue on here, we'll do if I is divisible by 5, then continue. Why is I like that? Oh, I think I put this if too far out. Yes, here we go. Right there, perfect. So every 5th waypoint, we're gonna do some more checks in here. So we're gonna do check site, target, and check site, or check dist, my torso dot target is greater than 50, then break. So this is essentially going to stop us before we get too close to the target, because, you know, a tank doesn't drive up right on top of the target. It keeps a fair distance because it is a ranged, you know, piece of equipment, right? So you're not gonna, your idea when you're in a tank isn't to run over the enemy, right? Unless it's like a last resort kind of thing. You know, your main goal in the tank is to shoot, not to run over, okay? So then we're gonna do my human move vector3.new 0, 0, and that is just to ensure that the humanoid is no longer affected by this move, because when you call move on a humanoid, it will keep moving in that direction forever until you specify otherwise. But we do have to constantly update it, because as the tank turns, we have to specify the new direction that the torso is facing. So that's why we have to call move, you know, a million times in this function there. So we will just go ahead and make sure that the tank stops moving after we're done pathfinding there. So that will be good. Next in here, we're going to do else. And we're going to do failed pass equals failed pass plus 1. If failed pass is greater than 10, then we are going to eventually implement a get unstuck feature here, or function, put function rather. So this is essentially just going to take note of all of our paths as they fail. And yeah, if we get above 10, then we're just going to go ahead and do that. Let's make sure we reset that counter up here. So we'll set failed pass to 0 if we do get a successful path. But if we get 10 failed paths in a row, then more than likely the tank is stuck somewhere that it should not be. And we'll put a get unstuck function in there eventually, right? Okay, so that should be pretty much good for the path to target. We should be able to drive towards whatever target now, so we should go ahead and create the main function here so we can start testing this. So we'll do function main, and let's create our while loop here, and we'll do if my human health is greater than 0, then main else break. So just make sure that humanoid is alive. If it's not alive, then we'll just stop the whole script. Save some resources is always good there. So in main, each time we're just going to set the path blocked equals false each time we go through. And we're going to do if main target. Then continue. Oh, do I not have main target declared anywhere? Yeah, I got to create those variables. So let's create some variables in here. We're going to do local main target equals nil, local target human equals nil. Okay. So there we go. So we're going to track those variables constantly. So continue on if main target. If not, check site main target, or not main target dot parent, then main target equals nil. So every time we loop through main, we just want to verify that main target is still, you know, able to be seen, and it's not, you know, the parent isn't nil, like it hasn't been removed from a workspace or whatever. Yeah, so continuing on. We'll do another if statement. We'll do if not main target or target human dot health is less than or equal to 0. Then main target equals find target. So we're just going to go ahead and search the workspace for a new target to chase after there. And we'll do if main target. So if we successfully find one in workspace, then we're going to go ahead and pull the humanoid. So we'll take note of that. So target human equals main target dot parent dot humanoid. Cool. So that'll be that. Will be that there. Now we'll do if main target, then continue. And we'll do, first off, we're going to do if we get too close to a target, then we're going to go ahead and have the tank ram whatever target that we are heading towards. So we'll do if check dist my torso main target is less than 35 and not path blocked, then continue. And we're going to go ahead and rotate to main target. And then we're going to repeat my human move my torso dot c-frame dot look vector. So we're just having the tank drive forward again, and then we'll just put a weight in here. And then we're going to do spawner rotate main target. So we'll just have the tank, you know, keep updating its rotation, but we don't want to hold up this repeat loop. So we put it in the spawner function there. Next, we're going to do until. So until target human dot health is less than or equal to 0, or my torso dot velocity dot magnitude is less than 1, or my torso dot position or check dist my torso main target is greater than 35 or path blocked. Okay, so there's a lot of ifs there, a lot of things that can break out of there. So if the human dies, we've killed our target, or something else killed our target, then stop chasing it. If we get stuck and our velocity is less than 1, just stop this and we will pathfind or something, because we're probably hitting a wall or something like that. Check distance greater than 35. If the target is way too far away from us, then get out of here. If path is blocked for some reason, then break out of here, is essentially all those are saying. So we'll do if not path blocked, then my human move vector3.new 0, 0, 0. Oh god, get that fixed there. So there we go. So we will just make sure that the humanoid stops moving in whatever direction, as long as the path is not blocked. If the path is blocked, then we're going to have the humanoid going in reverse or something. So it will be using this move command somewhere else, so we don't want to interrupt that. That's why we are checking to ensure that it's not the path is blocked, or we would mess with that feature. You'll see as we go on here. Probably next episode. We'll get into that. So we are going to do in here, else if check dist, my torso, main target is greater than 120 or not check site, main target, then path to target, main target. Cool. Okay, so that was a lot, but we made it through here pretty good. So essentially, this is just going to make sure that we are at least over 120 studs away. You know, the tank is pretty large and it shoots pretty large projectiles, so we want to be far away from the target. But we'll make an exception if we can't see the target. Then we are going to make our best attempt to get within sight of the target. And to do that, we'll just use our pathfinding function there. So let's go ahead and run this in workspace and see how many errors we get right off the bat. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and troubleshoot this one step at a time. Look vectory is not a valid part of whatever. Where did I type that? Not right here. Look vector. Okay. Keep them coming, game. Got all night to fix these errors. Okay, so it rotates, and you can see the figure is very close, so it initiates the charge function. And you can see it turns and is charging these enemies because they are very close, too close to shoot at, as we specified. So let's go ahead and move these figures way over here. Let's make sure that nothing gets the tank's attention. Alright, that should be good. I have a lot of random shit in this world, so hopefully this doesn't get messed up. Okay, so we got more errors, of course, that is good. Better to find them now. Okay, so part 2 is nil from somewhere, path to target. Oh, I see. So check dist, we need to throw my torso in here, because we need 2 parts in check dist. So, oh, wait. No, I see what I did here. This is right. So we want to do check site target in here. So if we can see the target and the target is further than 50 studs away, then just go ahead and, or sorry, within 50 studs, then brake. Essentially what that's saying, so we don't drive right on top of the enemy. We want to stop at distance. So here the tank goes. And you see he's driving along the path here. Pretty smooth. And you can see he stops because he's got sight of the enemies. He's within 50 studs. So at this point, the tank would be able to start shooting these enemies from effective range back here. I'm actually curious. I want to see. Let's see. I'm sorry I got so much junk in the workspace here, my dudes. Let's see. Delete all these guys, and we'll disable the AI in this one. Let's just put him a target for the tank to drive very far to over here. And I got I have so many figures. Holy Jesus. The whole army. Alright, so that's all cleaned up. So let's see how this tank drives at a very, very far away. So yeah, as you can see, pretty smooth. We're going to implement more checks and stuff as the tank is driving in case it runs into something on accident. But so far you can see he follows the path very well. And he gets all the way over here, no issues. This is a very large vehicle. So it's pretty good that, you know, he can follow the path perfectly with no issues. So that's a big feature. But you could also implement that in other vehicles as well, I'm sure. But I'll probably do a video on that also at some point. But that's pretty much it for today. All I wanted to get done was the movement on this guy. So that's all we did. I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this. Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this. Oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this. Oh fuck.
We're number one.